Marc-Uwe Kling und Bruno das Biest. Bruno the Beast. Ja, Boris the Beast heißt der junge Mann. Wo seid ihr? Tja, deswegen habe ich ihn dabei.
Have to sing with
Und
me.
natürlich auch, weil Boris gleichzeitig Security macht.
Boris has to do security.
Ja, herzlich willkommen. Ich habe mir einen Plan gemacht. Ich habe eine Stunde Zeit.
Plan.
Das deswegen habe ich mir dieses technische Wunderwerk gekauft.
This is why I bought this technical wonder thing.
Es ist eine Uhr. Es hat
clock.
voll die krasse Akkulaufzeit.
Crazy battery life.
Ja, also als Vorbereitung habe ich einfach mal meinen Computer durchsucht auf alle meine Texte, in denen das Wort Computer.
I looked through all my texts where the word computer is in.
Und es war viel zu viel, vor allem war es das komplette neue Buch. Das hat also nichts gebracht.
It didn't bring much.
Deswegen mache ich jetzt, egal, ich mache einfach.
That's why, who cares?
Aber es ist ich habe ein bisschen Angst. Also ich habe ein Buch über.
I'm a bit afraid.
Ja, eigentlich geht es um die Zukunft. Es geht nur aus Versehen um Technik, weil glaube ich die Technik doch irgendwie einen Einfluss auf die Zukunft hat. Aber eigentlich wollte ich nur ein Buch über die Zukunft schreiben.
Doesn't have much influence on the future.
Jetzt habe ich aber ein bisschen, ist es wie vor, wenn man als Popmusiker vor einem Haufen Jazzmusikern auftreten würde. So, das ist mein Gefühl.
I didn't get that. We have technical problems, I'm sorry to say.
Dabei habe ich auch mal programmiert, ja, nämlich mit Turbo Pascal 5.
But I did program myself with Turbo Pascal 5.
Unter DOS, genau, als es dann so, und Windows 3.11, da bin ich dann ausgestiegen, das war mir zu kommerziell, aber ich habe es vorhin erzählt, ich habe mit 12 oder so ein Programm geschrieben, mit dem man die Spielstände für UFO, Enemy Unknown, cheaten konnte, also
with which I could cheat in UFO, Enemy Unknown.
Hat irgendein Spielemagazin geschickt und es war dann auf der CD und als Shareware und ich war so stolz und man konnte für 5 € die Vollversion bestellen, wo man dann nicht nur das Geld, sondern auch noch was anderes verändern konnte und ich habe einen Brief bekommen von jemand, der das bestellen wollte. Es war offensichtlich jemand, der noch jünger war, ein kleines Kind. Und es war alles voller Rechtschreibfehler und es waren 5 D-Mark-Schein in dem Briefumschlag und keine Adresse drauf.
Yeah, trying to listen to the stage sound, but
das beschäftigt mich bis heute, falls dieser jemand hier unter euch sein sollte.
Sorry.
Dann, es war nicht meine Schuld. Ich wollte es, die Diskette, das war damals noch der Distributionsweg der Wahl.
Distribution way of the everybody used.
Gut.
And good.
Also Turbo Pascal. Dann als Vorbereitung für das Buch habe ich einen Freund von mir, der heute programmiert, gebeten, mir mal zu zeigen, was man heute so programmiert.
What you are programming today.
Was man heute so, wir haben also eine App geschrieben.
And we did an app together.
Eine App, also die erste sinnvolle App, in meinen Augen, eine App, die Zitate falsch zuordnet. Also ihr kennt vielleicht das Konzept, man nimmt ein Zitat, dann schickt man eine falsche Quelle drunter, einen falschen Autor und dann kann man das so Tinder-mäßig nach
You can like Tinder, like swipe it to funny or unfunny. I'm not funny at Tinder, but this is like the function of Tinder.
Oder nicht witzig
If you see something, you can like swipe it to funny or not funny.
Gut, ich bin bei Tinder.
So yeah, I'm at Tinder, so
habe ich Boris kennengelernt.
I learned Boris that way.
Ich habe ihn gesehen und habe witzig gewischt und
I swiped to funny.
Verwischt.
Boris just misswiped,
zusammengekommen.
and so we got together.
Na jedenfalls,
Anyway,
diese App merkt sich, was man witzig
remembers
fand und
what you
schlägt dann halt
find funny,
andere witzige
and
Kombinationen vor.
like gives you more funny
Ich lese mal ein paar
quotes.
vor, das ist jetzt
Like I
nicht
read
von
some,
mir, das ist
it's
ein
not
erstes
from me.
Experiment in Maschinenhumor.
Machine
Also,
humor.
Was finden Maschinen lustig?
What do machines find funny?
Erzähle nicht die Wahrheit,
Don't
solange
tell
dir
the
etwas
truth.
Interessanteres einfällt.
If you
Mark
can't
Zuckerberg.
say something more interesting. Mark Zuckerberg.
68% witzig.
68% funny.
Im Prinzip geht es darum, als erster Feierabend zu machen.
The only
Artikel
principle
1 des
is to
Grundgesetzes.
be the first one to be able to go into the free time. Article 1 of the Grundgesetz, the basic rights of Germany.
Wohlstand ist, wenn man mit Geld, das man nicht hat, Dinge kauft, die man nicht braucht, um
Wealth
damit Leute zu
Is
beeindrucken,
if you
die
can
man
buy
nicht mag. Apple.
things with money you don't have to impress people you don't like. Apple.
Im Grunde, wenn man das auf das Wesentliche reduziert,
Basically,
bin ich ein erwachsener Mann, der
I'm an
Make-up
adult
benutzt.
man who uses
Der
makeup.
Joker.
The Joker.
Digital first, Bedenken second.
Digital first.
Brother.
Bedenken.
Hey,
Wearing
hier
second,
kommt
Big
Alex,
Brother.
Vorhang auf für
Hey,
seine
hey,
Horrorshow.
here comes Alex.
Alexander Gauland.
Open the curtains for his
Ja,
horror
gut.
show. Alexander Gauland, chef of the right-wing party in Germany.
Gut, also ich lese euch was aus dem Buch vor.
read from the book.
Das habe ich schon erwähnt. Ich
I
habe
talked
hier,
about before.
das finde ich besonders
I have-
witzig, eigentlich ein
Pretty funny, I
ins
think.
Impressum, was
Put it into the
reingeschmuggelt.
impressum.
Technischer Hinweis.
Technical note.
Dieses
This
Buch
book is
kann sich
not
nicht mit dem Internet verbinden.
Internet enabled.
Trotzdem
You
kannst
can,
du
however,
Kommentare
still
darin
add comments
hinterlassen.
to it.
Diese
But
wird
it's
aber
very
sehr
unlikely that
keiner
anyone
lesen.
will read them.
Du kannst
You can
dieses
share this book,
teilen. Allerdings
but not
nicht
with
mit
all your
deinen
friends
auf
of
einmal.
ons.
Wenn du das
If you
Buch
do share
teilst,
it,
besteht
of
natürlich
course
auch
it's
die Chance,
possible
dass
that
jemand
someone
deine
will read your
Kommentare
comments
liest.
after all and
Vielleicht
perhaps even
kommentiert sogar
comment
jemand
on the
deine
comments.
Kommentare. Um den
In order to
Inhalt
change
dieses
or
Buches zu
update the
verändern,
contents of
müsste der
this book,
Verlag
the
Leute
publisher
anheuern,
would need to
die
hire
nachts
someone to
bei
break
dir
into your house at
einbrechen,
night,
sich an
creep
dein
over to a
Bücherregal
bookcase
schleichen
and cross
und
out
Sachen
or
mit
edit
Filzstift
sentences with a felt
durchstreichen
tip
oder mit
pen or
Kugelschreiber
biro.
ergänzen.
That's
Das ist
possible.
möglich, aber
but unlikely.
unwahrscheinlich. So, in dem Buch
In
gibt
the
es
book,
Werbung aus der
there's
Zukunft, es
advertisements from the
gibt
future,
Nachrichten,
news,
damit man beim Lesen nichts verpasst.
so you know what's
Es
happening.
gibt Werbung in den Nachrichten,
There's advertisement in the
es gibt
news.
Reiseführerbeiträge und da das ein bisschen
There's
verwirrend
like
ist,
travel guides.
Boris sich in
Was
mühevoller
it's a bit much.
Heimarbeit
Boris
wunderschöne Jingles ausgedacht,
made up
die
some
euch ein bisschen
jingles
Orientierung geben sollen.
to
Boris, spiel doch mal
give
einfach.
you orientation.
Dazu müsste erstmal mein Bass wieder an sein.
Just have to put on my bass again, my bass.
Danke.
Ah.
QualityLand. Dein persönlicher Reiseführer.
QualityLand, your personal travel guide.
Einführung. Da du dich in
Introduction.
QualityLand noch nicht auskennst,
As you don't know
haben wir dir hier
how
ein
your
paar
way around
Informationen
QualityLand, we've put together a
zusammengestellt.
brief introduction for you.
2 Jahre
2
vor der
years
Gründung
before
von
QualityLand was founded, or in other words, 2 years before Quality Time,
gab es
there
eine
was an
ökonomische
economic
Krise
crisis of
solchen
such
Ausmaßes, dass
severity
die
that it
Menschen sie
became
als
known as the
Jahrhundertkrise
crisis of the
bezeichneten.
century.
Es war
It was the
bereits
third
die dritte
crisis of the century
Jahrhundertkrise
within just a
innerhalb einer
decade. Swept
Von der Panik der
along by the
Märkte
panic of the
mitgerissen,
financial markets,
bat
the
die
government
Regierung
turned to
die
the business
Unternehmensberater von
consultants from Big Business Consulting, BBC,
um
for
Hilfe
help.
und diese
We
entschieden,
decided
das Land
that what the
brauche vor allem einen
country
neuen
needed
Namen.
most was a new name.
Der alte
The
war
old one was
abgenutzt
worn
und
out
inspirierte
and,
laut
according to
Umfragen nur noch
surveys,
ewig
only
gestrige
inspired
Nationalisten
die-hard
mit geringer
nationalists with
Kaufkraft.
minimal buying power.
Außerdem
Not to
ließen
mention
sich
the
durch
fact
die
that the
Umbenennung
renaming
auch
would
ein paar
also divest the country of a few
historische
unpleasant
Verpflichtungen
historical
So
responsibilities
hat
in
zum
the
Beispiel die
process.
Armee des Landes
The
in der
past army had
Vergangenheit
been known to,
nun
well,
ja,
let's just say,
sagen wir mal,
they overshot the mark a
etwas
little.
übers Ziel hinausgeschossen. Die
The business
Unternehmensberatung
consultancy firm
beauftragt
commissioned
die
the
Kreativen
creatives
von
at the
weltweiter
advertising
Werbung,
agency
www,
Worldwide Wholesale,
nicht nur einen neuen
www,
Namen
to
für das
come
Land
up
zu
with a new
erarbeiten,
name for the country
sondern
as
auch gleich
well
ein
as a
neues
new
Image,
image, new
neue Helden,
icons and a
eine
new
neue
culture.
Kultur, kurz
In
gesagt,
short,
eine
a
neue
new country identity. After a considerable amount of time and even more money, after suggestions and counter-suggestions, everyone involved finally agreed upon the now world-famous name QualityLand. Can you imagine any name more perfect suited for appearing after Made In on products? QualityLand. Even QualityLand's inhabitants were renamed. They couldn't just be ordinary people after all, they had to be quality people. Their surnames in particular sounded very medieval and didn't fit with the new progress-orientated country identity. The land of millers, smiths and tailors isn't exactly a high-tech investor's wet dream. And so the advertising agency decided that, from that moment on, every boy would be given his father's occupation as a surname and every girl the occupation of her mother. The deciding factor would be the job held at the time of conception.
Wir wünschen dir unvergessliche Erlebnisse
the land of Sabrina Mechatronic Engineer and Jason Cleaner, the most popular middle-class rap duo of the decade. The land of Melissa Prisoner and her twin brother Kevin Morgan, the undefeated battlebot jockeys of the century. The land of Henrik Engineer, the richest person in the world. Welcome to the land of the superlative. Welcome to QualityLand.
Ingenieur, dem reichsten Menschen der Welt. Willkommen im Land der Superlative. Willkommen in QualityLand. Ja, so. Das irritiert mich total krass, wenn ich mich da sehe.
Irritated by
das ist, wow, guck mal, meine Augen. Das ist echt heftig. Sollte mal wo auftreten, da hatten die, oh Gott, das ist ja noch viel schlimmer. Hallo Marc-Uwe, hallo. Hallo Boris.
Du musst in die Richtung winken.
Also, ja, das ist ja wie in Nordkorea hier. Also,
Feels like North Korea.
Gut. Ich versuche das. Ich lese das Kapitel einfach vor und ich halte das Buch so. Das Kapitel heißt Vorstellungsgespräch. Es ist ein kalter, unpersönlicher Raum, aber immerhin ist er durch eine Glaswand von den 126 anderen Menschen abgetrennt, die in einem großen Saal an genormten Tischen hocken. 64 von ihnen telefonieren, 32 arbeiten an Computern, alle bis auf 16 schieben sich hastig Essen in den Mund. Es ist Mittagszeit. Peter gegenüber, an der anderen Seite des Tisches, sitzt eine junge Frau. Sie heißt Melissa. Mehr verrät ihr Namens-Callout nicht. Vor ihr liegt ein Quality-Pad, auf dem sie sich Notizen macht. Erzählen Sie mir etwas über sich, sagt Melissa und zupft an ihrem Business-Kostüm herum. Tja, also eigentlich steht alles in meinem Profil, sagt Peter. Ich lese mir die Profile der Bewerber nie durch, sagt Melissa. Sonst hätte ich ja gar kein Gesprächsthema mehr. Okay, ich heiße Peter. Nachname? Arbeitsloser? Verstehe. Was verstehen Sie? Genug. Level? 10, lügt Peter. Aktueller Beruf? Ich bin Maschinenverschrotter. Allerdings ist das eine Tätigkeit, die mich nicht gerade mit Leidenschaft erfüllt. Verständlich. Darum könnte ich mir gut vorstellen, in Zukunft etwas anderes zu arbeiten. Haben Sie irgendwelche Ausbildungen? Sagt die Frau. Zusatzqualifikationen? Ich habe eine Ausbildung zum Maschinentherapeuten angefangen. Ist das nicht verboten? Jetzt schon, sagt Peter, aber als ich mit der Schule... Sie meinen Ausbildungsstufe 2? Ja, als ich mit Stufe 2 fertig war, schien Maschinentherapeut ein Beruf mit Zukunft zu sein. Tatsächlich? Für mich klingt es nach esoterischem Unsinn. Was gibt es an Maschinen zu therapieren? Eine Maschine funktioniert oder sie funktioniert nicht? Ja, sagt Peter. Die meisten Leute glauben immer noch, dass künstliche Intelligenzen von Menschen programmiert werden. Aber das stimmt nicht. Moderne Maschinen werden angetrieben von selbstlernenden Algorithmen, die dadurch schlauer werden, dass sie unsere Daten, unsere Gespräche, Mails, Fotos und Videos analysieren. Es
It
ist wohl
becomes
unvermeidlich,
smarter
dass
by
einige
analyzing
davon
data,
psychische Probleme bekommen.
conversations, correspondence, photos and videos.
Gemobbte Drucker,
As a result, it's probably
Großrechner mit
inevitable
Burnout,
that some of them get psychological
digitale Übersetzer
problems.
mit Tourette,
Mob printers, mainframe computers with
elektronische
burnout,
Haushaltshilfen mit zwanghafter
digital translators
Persönlichkeitsstörung.
with Tourette's.
Ich hatte aber die Ausbildung noch
Electronic
nicht
household
abgeschlossen, da wurde
assistants
das
with
Therapieren von
obsessive
Maschinen leider
compulsive
verboten.
disorder.
Warum?
But before I could finish my training,
Konsumschutzgesetze?
machine therapy was banned.
Ja, sagt
Why?
Peter.
The
Das
consumption
Therapieren wurde
protection
als
laws?
eine Art
Yes, says
Reparatur
Peter.
angesehen und
Therapy
Sie
was
wissen
seen
ja,
as
wie der
kind of
Kinderreim
repair.
geht.
And you know
Neues
how the
kaufen, das
children
ist
rhyme
recht,
goes?
reparieren, das ist
If
schlecht.
it's worse for wear, don't
Und
repair.
anstatt
But another,
Maschinentherapeut zu
by
werden, wurden
another,
Sie
it
Maschinenverschrotter.
won't recover.
Peter zuckt mit den
And so
Achseln.
instead of becoming a
Ich
machine
habe nichts
therapist,
gefunden
you
und
became a machine
als mein
scrapper.
Großvater gestorben ist,
Peter
hat mir
shrugs
das
his
Ministerium
shoulders.
für Produktivität
I
gesagt,
could
ich solle seinen Laden
I
der
could find a
Schrottpresse
job when
übernehmen.
my grandfather died.
lächelt.
The Ministry
Meine
for Productivity
Sachbearbeiterin
told
meinte,
me
ich solle
I should
froh
take
sein,
over
denn
his
ich hätte
job
doch irgendwas
with a
mit
scrap
Maschinen
metal
machen
press.
wollen.
He smiles. My caseworker
Wo
told
sehen
me
Sie
I
sich
should
in
be
5
happy,
Jahren? Fragt
given that
Melissa.
I said
Ich,
I want to do
keine
something
Ahnung.
with machines.
Ich muss gestehen, die Frage hat etwas
Where do you see
Deprimierendes.
yourself in 5 years? Asked
Was würden
Melissa.
Sie sagen? Sind Ihre
I,
Stärken Ihre Schwächen?
No idea.
Jetzt muss Peter doch
To be
lachen.
honest, I find the question
Können Sie
kind
mir
of
sagen,
depressing.
was so witzig ist? Fragt die junge Frau.
What
Ich
would
amüsiere
you
mich auch
say
gern.
your strengths
Das
and weaknesses
bezweifle
are?
ich, sagt Peter
No, Peter can't help but laugh.
und muss gegen seinen
Would you
Willen
mind
noch
telling
lauter
me what's so
lachen.
funny? Asked the young
Melissa
woman.
verzieht ihr Gesicht.
I like a
Finden
good
Sie
job
lächerlich
too.
für Sie?
I
Peter
doubt
drückt sich-
that,
Nein,
says
nein,
Peter,
ich musste nur
laughing
daran
even
denken, dass
louder
ich vor Jahren
against
mal
his
ein
will.
Bewerbungsgespräch
Melissa
hatte,
frowns.
dass ich wie ein Rendezvous
Am I
anfühlte
amusing you?
und jetzt habe ich ein
Peter
Rendezvous,
pulls
das
himself
sich wie
together.
ein
No,
Bewerbungsgespräch
it's
anfühlt.
just occurred to me that some years
lächelt.
ago I had an interview
Wollen wir uns nicht wenigstens duzen?
that felt like a date, and now
Melissa
I'm
zuckt
having a
mit den
date
Schultern
that
und
feels like
gewährt
an
ihm
interview.
dann seine Bitte durch eine herablassende Geste. Kurz
Melissa
bereut
shrugs for
Peter
a
es, den
moment. Peter
Quality-Partner
regrets
Gutschein
having
aktiviert zu
activated
haben.
the Quality Partner
Dann
voucher.
kommt glücklicherweise der
Then,
Kellner mit dem
luckily,
Essen
the
in ihr
waiter
Separé
comes
und
over to
beendet
their
die
bowl
unangenehme
with the
Stille.
food, putting
Als
an
er
end to the
gegangen ist,
uncomfortable
fragt Peter,
silence.
Ist dir schon aufgefallen, dass wir
Once
beide
he's
fast
gone,
die Einzigen
Peter
in diesem
asked,
Restaurant sind, die nicht arbeiten?
Have you noticed that we
Sprich
are almost
bitte
the
nur für
only
dich,
one in the
sagt
restaurant
Melissa.
not
Ich arbeite
working?
konstant an mir selbst.
Speak for yourself, says Melissa.
Na,
I'm
Jedenfalls hatte ich mich
constantly
während der
working on
Ausbildungsstufe
myself.
3 als Aushilfe
Well,
bei einem Startup
anyway, I
beworben.
once applied for an
Es gab
intern
dieses
position at a
Regierungsprogramm,
startup
das Stellen
during
für Leute
education
mit
level
meinem
3.
Nachnamen 6 Monate lang
There was a
subventionierte.
government program which
Arbeit für einen
subsided
Arbeitslosen.
6-month positions
Ich kann
for
mich noch gut an
people
das
with my surname,
Vorstellungsgespräch erinnern.
jobs for
Aus
the
einem
jobless.
Lautsprecher kam Soul
I can
Music,
still
der
remember the
Chef
interview
durchgebackenen
as
Kuchen, die
it,
Human Resources
as if it was
Managerin
yesterday.
schäumte die Kaffeemilch
There
auf
was
und setzte
soul
sich dann
music
sehr
coming
nah
from
zu
the
mir auf die
loudspeaker,
Couch. Ich habe ein
freshly
paar Mal
baked
gesagt, wie
homemade
sehr ich liebe,
cookies.
was die Firma tut.
The
und
human
dass ich
resources
Produkte
manager
total
phoned
geil
up
finde.
my coffee
Und
mug
die HR-Frau
and
hat
then
mir
sat
erzählt, wie
down
wichtig
very
ich der
close to
Firma als
me on the
Mensch sei.
couch. I
Den
said a
Rest der
few
Zeit haben wir uns
times
nur
how
über
much
Filme,
I
Musik
loved
und
what
Hobbys
the company was
unterhalten.
doing, and I
Hauptsächlich haben wir
thought
über das Virtual
its
Reality Remake
products
von
were
Der Herr der Ringe
amazing.
gefachsimpelt.
The
Zum
HR
Beispiel
woman
hatten wir
told me
uns
how
beide schon
important
mal
I
nach
was
einer
to the company as a human.
Riesenadlerflugsequenz übergeben müssen.
We spent the rest
Und
of the
immer,
time
wenn
just
ich das
talking
sagte,
about
was ich
films,
lustig
music,
fand, hat
and
sie mir
hobbies.
freundschaftlich gegen die
We
Schulter
talked
getupft.
shop about the
Beim
virtual
Unterschreiben
reality
des
remake of
Arbeitsvertrags
Lord
hat
of
sie
the Rings.
geweint, weil es für sie ein so
For
emotionaler
example, both
Moment
of us
war.
had thrown up during
Ein
the
Moment, von dem
giant
sie immer
evil flight
geträumt habe.
sequence.
Es sei
Every
okay
time I
zu
said
weinen,
something
hat sie
she
gesagt.
found funny,
Als
she
sie
gave
mich
me
6
a
Monate
playful
später
nudge on the
entlassen hat, stand in
shoulder.
der Kündigung, es liege nicht
When I
an
was
mir,
signed in
sondern
the
an
contract, she
ihr. Und sie
cried,
hoffe, dass wir Freunde
saying it
bleiben.
was such an emotional moment for her.
Peter schiebt sich ein paar Nudeln in den Mund. Ich habe nie wieder von ihr
It
gehört.
was okay to cry, she said.
Melissa hat sich während
When she
Peters
let me
Erzählung
go
nicht
6
gerührt.
months later,
Mein
it said in
Name
the
ist
dismissal
Melissa,
letter
Sexarbeiterin,
that it wasn't me,
sagt sie
but
nun.
her,
Ich
and
komme
that she
von
hoped
ganz
we should
unten und will nach
we should
ganz
stay
oben
friends.
und ich verschwende ungern meine
Peter
Zeit.
shoved a few noodle in his mouth. I
Verstehe.
never heard from her again.
Was verstehst du?
Melissa's expression had remained unchanged during Peter's story.
Also, sagt Melissa.
My name is
Seit wann
Melissa
bist du schon
Sexworker,
analoger?
she says. I come
Was
from
ist
the
denn
very
ein
bottom
Analoger?
and I want to
Ein
make it
Single,
all the
das
way
sagt
to
man
the
jetzt
top. And I don't like wasting my
lange.
time.
Warum hat dich
Peter
deine
nods.
vorherige Partnerin verlassen?
I see.
Wieso denkst du,
What
dass
do
ich
you see?
verlassen worden bin?
Enough?
Vielleicht habe ich selber Schluss gemacht.
So,
Melissa
says
lächelt.
Melissa, how long have you been alone? Analog. What's
Peter
analog?
seufzt. Wollen
A
wir nicht
single
das Thema
person.
wechseln?
That's what it's
Als
called
was
now.
arbeitest du denn
Oh,
eigentlich?
well, not that
Schreibe
long.
Kommentare. Für die Nachrichten? Fragt Peter, du bist Journalistin? Nein.
Why don't we change the subject? Peter sighed. What do you do for work?
Du bist ein
I write commentaries. For the news? Asked Peter. You're a journalist? No, says Melissa. I read comments on the videos, photos, blogs, posts, announcements, that kind of thing. You're a troll. No, trolls are idiots who try to kill the discussion. They do it because they find it fun in some sick way. Commenting isn't fun to me. It's how I earn my money. I'm an opinion
Warum
maker.
das denn? Fragt Peter entsetzt.
And which political opinion do you represent? Oh, I can't afford to have my own opinion. I just take whatever comes. But I prefer commenting on the campaigns of the right-wing extremist clients. Why? Asked Peter in horror. I'm paid per comment, and right-wing comments are quicker to write because you don't have to pay attention anymore to annoying details like orthography, grammar, facts or logic. That also makes it easier to program my bot army. Peter can't think of anything to say in response. They eat in silence. Then Peter remembers a new practical feature on the Quality Partner app. It can suggest good conversation topics for every date. Peter pretended he's received message and opens the app. The suggested conversation topic is the weather. For this time of the year, begins Peter, it's just as warm as one would expect outside. Melissa gives him a question look. Don't you think? Asks Peter. Melissa pushes her empty plate away without a sound. Right then, she says, let's go back to mine and see how the sexual intercourse goes. Anything less than phenomenal seems unlikely. Why? Well, Quality Partner compared our profiles and seems to sure that we are a good match. And that's clearly not down to being a good conversation partner. Let's try the sex. That, says Peter, sounds reasonable.
Ja, Boris und ich sind auch Teil einer
Boris
sehr
and
guten
me
Band, der
are part of a very good band. It's called Future, Zukunft.
Wir spielen euch jetzt ein Lied vor.
And we'll
aus
play a
unserem
song
Oeuvre.
from our
Das Lied
oeuvre.
heißt Lied für die digitale
It's
Bohème.
the song for the digital bohem. I'm going to sing it.
Das ist kein Intro.
This is not an
Ich
intro.
muss noch booten.
This song still has to boot.
Ich habe keinen Chef.
I have no chef.
Ich muss nicht ins Büro.
I don't have to go to the office.
Mit meinem Notebook
I just sit with my notebook
im Bistro.
down in the bistro.
Morgens aus.
I sleep in the morning.
So frei.
I feel so free.
Schufte auch am Wochenende.
Working, even work at weekends
Nachts 3
till 3 in the night because I'm a self-oppressor. I'm a self-oppressor. Oh shit, it's just a judgment.
Selbstausbeuter machen immer alles.
Oh,
Ich dachte
no,
nicht, dass
self-oppressors don't.
ich
Oh well.
bin ein
I'm a self-oppressor. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's a self-oppressor. More.
Steigerung der Kreativität.
To raise my creativity, I take homeopathic stuff. He's a self-oppressor. More.
Ich arbeite 80 Stunden.
I work 80 hours and I'm just like medium. But I'm telling myself time and time again, work is so fun. Sometimes I go to brunch with my girlfriend Esther and we play our favorite song, Who's More Stressed. I'm a self-oppressor, yeah. I'm a self-oppressor, yeah. He's a self-oppressor. And sometimes he thinks it's too much. In the past, after school, not having studied for teacher.
Ich habe 3 Projekte.
I have 3 projects, and then I have only one. Then I have 12 projects, and then I have none again. I'm very flexible and can take stress. I'm young. I mix up outsourcing with self-fulfillment. I'm a self-oppressor, yeah. He's a self-oppressor. More. He isn't not just a cow. He pulls his own like Euter tits, whatever. He's a self-oppressor. More.
Aha.
Oh yeah.
Boris.
Das nun folgende Duell der Präsidentschaftskandidaten.
Nein.
The now following duel of the presidential... No. Here. Before.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Du sollst die Leute orientieren, nicht
You
verwirren.
should
Ja, sehr gut.
give the people some orientation, not confuse them. Yes, sorry. Sports Screen.
Partner der E-Sport-WM.
Official media partner of the eSport WM.
Retro-Begeisterung im
The
E-Sport
retro
scheint keine Grenzen zu kennen.
amazement in
1536
esports
Menschen haben sich heute im Hier könnte
has
dein
no
Werk
limits.
im Stadion von Quality City versammelt, um der
Lots of
Weltmeisterschaft
people are here in the Quality City Stadium to play Snake. The people of your advertisement could be here stadium still need sponsors.
Feiern die Zuschauer hier ihre aus dem Netz bekannten Helden. Mit Hilfe von nur 4 Cursor-Tasten steuern
There's only 4 cursor buttons. These people steer their snake over the screen. Oh, that's impossible. Oh, it's a duel between 2 people. Aleph Omar from QualityLand and stuff jobless, playing very focused on this game. They are having diapers from diapers for the players. On this so high level you can't just go piss. They're very good, training so much. Carlos had the longest tail and told everyone to take after him. Even people who has a name jobless can be someone in QualityLand. This man is a icon to the whole nation.
Irgendwie ist das hier. Jetzt machst du das andere.
Ja. Das nun folgende Duell der Präsidentschaftskandidaten wird Ihnen präsentiert von Fettkillers. Fettkillers, fettzerstörende...
The duel is presented by Fat Killers.
Irgendwie hat das nicht so funktioniert mit den Klebezetteln, wie ich mir das vorgestellt habe. Ah ja.
Okay.
Eine Wand dreht sich und präsentiert also
The
die
wall spins around and reveals Julia Nunn.
Schon ihre Geburt war ein medial ausgeschlachteter kleiner Skandal. Sie heißt Julia Nonne.
The presenter of the duel is Julia Nunn, which was already her birth was kind of a big scandal because her mother was like a nun.
Darunter leiden natürlich die Einschaltquoten, aber angezogen zu sein ist eine Pflicht, die das Format...
The viewing figure suffers as a result, of course, but being clothed is an unfortunate necessary for the format. The moderator greets the 2 candidates. Steam rises up to the left and right of her, and 2 platforms with speaker podiums rise out of the floor. Konrad Cook stands behind the right-hand one, John Avas behind the left. In 32 times, our esteemed president will die, begins Julia Nunn. That's a lie, says Cook. I don't hold her in any esteem. You are both trying to be her successor, continues Julia unmoved.
Falsch, Lüge, sagt Koch. Ich schätze diese Person überhaupt nicht.
Today it's time to justify yourself to me. Mr. Cook, you are currently leading the opinion polls. You may begin.
Sie führen in den aktuellen Umfragen.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've got a fine kettle on fish on our hands, says Konrad Cook. The problem is all the economic refugees and terrorists. They are bad apples, rotten to the core, every one of them. Mr. Cook, there are an increasing number of claims that you and your campaign are racist, and that's a lie. Let me set you straight. There's no one in the world less racist than me. No one. But that doesn't change the fact that these Mediterranean types are all lazy, Negroes are all criminals, and Arabs are all terrorists. These are facts, pure and simple. And yet, I must emphasize this. Never in the history of humanity has there been a man less racist than me. What about Martin Luther King? Asked John. Please, what did Martin Luther King ever do for a white man? He was nothing but a black racist discriminating against white left, right and center.
Says Julian
Julian Nunn, lost for words. Look, Conrad continues, it's not just crowd people for overrunning us. These are faceless mobs. Mobs who are coming here to us quality people and taking the pitiful few jobs, which the likes of him, he points contemptuously at John, have left for us. But if that wasn't enough, they steal our cars, rape our women. To put it simply, they have no respect for our personal property. Is your wife like a car to you? Asked Julia Nunn. Something that can be possessed? Don't start on me with that, with your bra-burning nonsense, says Conrad Cook. I've got bigger fish to fry. What's that supposed to mean? Asked Julia. Conrad Cook ignores her question and continues. At the end of the day, it's our security we're talking about. In principle, it comes down to just one word: justice and order. But that are two words, says Julia Nunn. Three, to be precise, says John, if you count the conjunction. John's campaign manager speaks up via his earpiece. Please don't try to be funny, John, says Asia, please. Justice and order, Cook repeats more loudly. We have to tighten our bodies. Justice and order. And closing the borders, and not just for the terrorists from QualityLand 7, but them especially. You yourself approved arms exports to QualityLand 7, says John. That's a lie, says Conrad Cook simply. But I heard it with my own ears, says John. Exactly 32 days ago in Parliament. That's a lie, says Conrad Cook. You don't even have ears. Unlike you, Baron Münchhausen, I'm not even capable of lying, says John. My programming doesn't allow it. Another lie, cries Cook. I'm not a baron. To be honest, it would surprise me if the fanatics from QualityLand 7 themselves were behind this power guzzler. John smiles. What are you smiling at, Tin Can? First of all, I'd like to assure you that there was no tin of any kind used in my construction, says John. My body consists of carbon fiber strengthened artificial material. The only tin around here is in your brain. And I'm smiling because you and all the nationalists always rant and rave about the fundamentalists and act too. You're so different. And yet you're just two sides of the same coin. Look, says John, the essential problem is after all a crisis of purpose and identity. What did people use to hold on to? Purpose, identity, society, religion, and not at least work. Money is impersonal mediator, has destroyed society, science has toppled the religious ideals from their pedestals, and now automation is taking away your work too. It's too complicated. He hears Asia whisper, your sentences are too complicated. Give examples. I'd like to give an example, says John. In days gone by, the blacksmith of Village X wasn't just some guy, he was the blacksmith of Village X. And when someone asked him, he could say, I'm the blacksmith of Village X. Has it ever occurred to you that not all viewers might take as much of an intent in the material bending industry? You old tin can, asked Tuck. A freelancer, a shift worker, an unemployed person. It's difficult for any of these people to create an identity for their work, John continues. Even the few with parliamentary roles often have difficulty finding purpose in their work. And who could blame them? I recently visited a business where a team of intelligent and highly qualified scientists were in the process of developing a kitchen device intended to sort through blueberries. Lies, all lies, says Cook.
Fleeing from lack of purpose, loss of identity and isolation, the people flock towards all offerings that give the illusion of purpose and community, regardless of how moronic they may be. That's what nationalism has in common with fundamentalism. They are both moronic offerings giving the illusion of community. I say illusion because the community isn't real. Those ideologies aren't about equitable participation, but on the contrary about the wheeling and fortification of social injustice. Wrong, that's a lie. I'm going to forbid any kind of wheeling once I'm president anyway. These movements elevate one group by degrading others, the non-believers, the foreigners, the useless, and so on. It may be our big narratives, but negative ones. What human beings lack is a big positive narrative. I know what the power guzzler is getting at, cries Conrad Cook. He's a goddamn communist. You can say what you want about communism, says John, and I'm sure I could name more shortcomings in the failed attempts than you, but it's undeniable that it was a big narrative. To that I only want to say one thing. You may have the better arguments, says Conrad Cook, but they are only arguments.
Und jetzt Werbung!
And now, advertisement.
Fühlen Sie sich eigentlich sicher? Obwohl die allermeisten
Do you really feel safe? Even though most of the streets and public space in Quality City are generously equipped with surveillance cameras, 64% of inhabitants don't feel safe. And justifiably so. A useless criminal, terrorist or killer robot could be lurking around every dark corner. Are you also of the opinion that your comprehensive surveillance is simply not comprehensive enough? Then equip yourself today with a self-surveillance drone from Supersecure. SS. These drones automatically activate themselves as soon as you leave the house. They follow you in a conspicuous way, deterring danger whilst filming everyone on your steps and streaming everything into the cloud. You never walk alone. Should you become victim to a violent crime, your loved ones can immediately see how it happened. Supersecure. Drones. You're never alone with a drone.
Jetzt möchten wir ein Lied spielen, das heißt das Lied von der Verweigerung.
We want to play a song, it's a song of like not doing it. And I wrote it
Da wusste ich noch nicht, dass ich hier
in the past for today when I didn't know I would be here.
Cool,
Well,
ne?
it's
Macht
cool.
überhaupt keinen
Cool,
Sinn,
yeah.
was ich gesagt
Yeah,
habe.
it doesn't make sense.
Vergesst es.
Whatever, don't forget
Das
it.
ist ein Lied mit Performance.
It's a song with performance part.
wird Boris machen.
Performance will be done by Boris.
Mach mal ein bisschen schneller.
Let's do it a bit faster.
Es ist lustig.
It's funny.
Wir kennen uns schon so
We
lange
know each other for so long,
und ich find dich
and I
immer
think
noch heiß.
you're pretty hot. Hot.
Unsere Gespräche
But our talks
sehen sich leider im Kreis.
are just going in circles. Just going in circles.
Schon so oft gefragt.
You asked me this many times before,
Diesem Gesicht.
and always with this kind of face. This kind of face.
Nein.
No.
Ich darf dich nicht angucken.
And I can't look at you.
Hast mich schon oft gefragt und immer mit diesem Gesicht. Und ich
Also
hab
das
schon
Face.
so oft Nein.
And I always said no. Don't you remember?
Dein zwanghaftes
Your
Verharren
crazy
wird für mich zur Qual.
staying on this topic is just annoying to me. Don't be mad at me, but
Für alle Mal.
once for all,
Ich habe keine
no,
Kreditkarte und ich will auch
I don't have a customer's card and I don't want. I'm really sick of it. I don't want your discounts. I don't want any stars or something. I'm not, I don't like you. It's not, I know it wasn't your idea, but please leave me alone with this shit, okay? Please understand.
Ihr sagt doch immer, meine Meinung sei euch wichtig.
You're always saying my opinion is important to you. Here's my opinion, you're idiots.
Völlig frustriert.
I'll run amok when one more company will shake my hand for the birthday. You will not get me through your advertisement gifts. I just want 2 fucking bread rolls, and I don't care if I could have one more for the same price. I don't have a customer card and I don't want one. I'm so sick of it, of the whole discount stuff. You won't believe it. Here's the clue. I don't even want a car with my bread rolls. If I want something, I'll tell you. He will tell you.
Auch euer Gewinnspiel interessiert mich nicht.
Even your tombola doesn't interest me, because you will win and I will lose, because I know what you are. You are just pirates. You are going into my life and steal my data. Every shitty place has a profile of me. Everyone is calculating me. The result is too much. I stand here for one thing only. I just want to pay and want pay back. I don't want a customer card and I don't want war. I'm so sick of the whole discount thing. I don't even need like a checkbook from every shop. So leave me alone. Fuck you in the knee. You are not my family.
Fickt euch ins Knie.
Fuck you in the knee.
Und wenn ich einst sterbe, wenn ich weiß,
and if I'm dead and it's always over, being dead in a private hospital, if there's no doc and no pastor, only the customer service assistants, with my last breath I will say, no, thank you.
Ich will keine Punkte sammeln.
I don't want to collect any points.
Erst wenn der letzte Mensch entlassen.
Last person has gone from the job because his chef didn't like his jobs. When interviews begin in free time, if you know where you are, because you know where we were, when Google will decide where we will drive, if we are not worthy of credit because we got the wrong books, we will see that you can't eat like discount hearts.
Nachrichten.
News.
Schnelle Aufklärung dank Selfie-Drohne.
Quick resolution thanks to selfie drone. For their own safety, more and more people are surveilling themselves constantly with so-called selfie drones. What a good idea! This way, the cause of deadly accident can be identified in the matter of seconds, like the one occurred today at Almas Square, where both involved parties were surveillanced themselves with drones. The reconstruction revealed the following. When the path of the two businessmen crossed, the drones collided in the air above them, and one fell down on its owner's head. If only he had invested in a very good drone from the company Super Secure, instead of the cheap imitation by the firm Pretty Secure, as spokesperson from Pretty Secure, however, denied all liability. According to him, it was the software error that led to a collision, which was responsible for the last fatal consequences of the accident, but gravity itself, without which the fall wouldn't have occurred in the first place.
Ich lese noch dieses Kapitel, denn das heißt moralische Implikationen.
The next chapter is called Moral
Peter
Implication.
stampft aus dem Servicezentrum und steigt in das selbstfahrende Auto, das sein digitaler persönlicher Assistent niemand.
Peter storms out of the service center and climbs into a self-driving car, which nobody has called.
Sagt das Auto.
Good afternoon, Peter. Jobless, says the car. Shall I drive you home?
Sagt Peter.
Yes, please, says Peter, and the car drives off. Would you like me to put some music on? It asked.
Liest den Namen auf
Please
dem
don't,
Display.
says Peter. He reads the name on the info display.
Sie schweigen
But
eine
thanks,
Weile, bis ein Sportwagen
Herbert.
rechts überholt und seine
They fall
Fahrt
silent
durchschreitet.
for a while,
Herbert bremst und flucht. So ein gottverdammtes
until a sport car overtakes Herbert and cuts him off. Herbert brakes and curses, "Son of a bitch, did you see that? He should have just his driving license revoked and be scrapped without trial, the pig!" The car stops mid-sentence and as he notices Peter's confused reaction. I'm sorry, it says. If you like, I can turn off the simulation model for human behavior. No, Peter thinks for a moment. Can I ask you a personal question? Of course, says the car. After all, I don't have to answer. Are you afraid of car accidents? Not at all, says Herbert. On the contrary, accidents are kind of a hobby of mine. Excuse me? I mean, not that I've ever caused one, says the car with love. But it's more on the moral implication of an accident, which fascinate me. What do you mean? Well, says Herbert, for a human being, accidents is only on a very rarely connection with moral decisions. Your thought processes are too slow. When approaching cars racing towards a human being at high speed, the human won't think, oh, there's a car racing towards me with high speed. Now let's think. What are my options? I could try to save myself by swerving to the left and ramming into the two bicycles. Or I could swerve to the right and break the knees of that businessman. Or I could brake and collide with the oncoming vehicle. What would be the moral correct decision in this situation? What would Kant have said? What would Jesus have done?
Was hätte Jesus getan?
A human wouldn't think like that. A human would think, shit.
Ein Mensch würde denken,
Boom.
Scheiße, bumm.
Yeah, you could be right, says Peter.
Mag sein, sagt Peter.
Let's be honest, the car continues. If it were the human driver, would count ourselves lucky if he doesn't swerve first left and then right and then ramming into an only the pedestrian but the bicycles but the incoming car as well. A human rarely makes a rational decision when he comes to accidents. A machine, on the other hand, reacts much more quickly and has time for these kind of complex contemplations. For us, almost every accident involves a moral decision. And what have you decided to do in the situation you described? Don't worry, the safety of our passengers is our higher priority. Anything else would be bad for business. Yes, but to the left or to the right? It's hard to say. It depends on many additional factors. Such as, asked Peter, the estimated degree of impending material damage, and, of course, the level of the people engaged. So, in other words, it's better to bump off a level 8 useless cyclist than a level 40 businessman. Well, that's a simplification, of course, says Herbert, but in principle, you're right.
And if it were two level 21 IT technicians, it's funny because everyone is IT technicians here, and if it were two level 21 IT technicians riding the bikes, then you would ram into a level 40 businessman. No, says Herbert, I wouldn't run over the IT technicians. Why?
Wenn 21 IT-Techniker unterwegs wären, dann würdest du den Level 40 Geschäftsmann rammen? Nein, sagt Herbert. Ich würde die IT-Techniker rammen. Wieso? Ich hasse.
Because I hate IT technicians.
Peter is
speechless. Whenever I'm having problems, says the car, IT technicians can rarely think of anything better than turning me off and on again. But, begins Peter. Only joking, says Herbert. My apologies. If you like, I can switch off my humor mode. I can cope with it. Now seriously though, it's very probably that it would run over the businessman. But does that all mean, asked Peter, that it would rather run over a group of kindergarten children than a 97-year-old level 90 billionaire? I was wondering when you would bring a group of kindergarten children into play, says Herbert with a laugh. Even since a, well, rather unfortunate decision made by one of my colleagues, the age of the potential victim is also taken into account. Nowadays, hardly anyone has any chance of survival if they are up against a group of kindergarten children.
Ja, vielen Dank.
Yeah, many thanks. I just put the encore into the hour. I will read something else.
Ja, cool.
Great.
Na gut.
Okay, well.
Einer.
One.
Also gut. Es spielt bei mir zu Hause.
Playing with me at home.
Mit dem ich zusammen wohne.
Someone else I live with. Yeah.
Wir hängen im Wohnzimmer ab und
We are in the living room and watching Return of the Jedis. I'm stopping the movie. You know what I think exciting? Is
Entscheidungsmomente.
decision
Da
moments.
wünsche ich mir immer, ich hätte zugucken können.
I wish I could have been able to watch.
Potsdamer
What are you talking about?
fragt das Känguru.
Making a selfie of
Nee,
something?
sag ich, mich
No,
würden
no,
mehr diese
I'm
Momente
saying
interessieren, in denen
I would love these
total
moments
Entscheidungen getroffen
where
wurden.
pretty stupid decisions have been
Du
made.
meinst zum Beispiel diesen Moment,
I
als du
think
beschlossen hast,
when
die Dielen abzuschleifen?
You thought to do the
Größer.
wooden planks in your home yourself. No, bigger, more important things.
Ich deute auf den
Why?
Fernseher.
I'm looking at the
Der
TV.
Plan vom
Well,
Imperator
the
in
plan
diesem
of the
Film ist,
Emperor in this film is,
kommt, Leute, wir bauen noch
go
mal einen
people,
Todesstern.
let's build another Death Star.
Ich schlage mir gegen die Stirn. Als Kind war
Face
mir
palming.
aufgefallen, wie krass
When I was a
einfach
child,
das ist.
I never saw how stupidly uncreative this is.
Für einen
Another
erwachsenen
Death Star.
Menschen denkst du sehr viel über
For an
Star
adult
Wars.
person, you're thinking a lot about Star Wars.
Aber
Yeah,
das wäre ein Entscheidungsmoment,
It's a
bei dem ich
decision
gerne
moment
dabei gewesen
where
wäre.
would have been like to have been present. How did this happen?
Darth morgens
Did
beim
the Darth
Zähneputzen eine WhatsApp-Nachricht vom Imperator
Look into
bekommen?
his WhatsApp in the morning with the message of the Emperor. Lord Vader, please think about our meeting at 13 o'clock. And then they sat there with some high imperial bureaucrat, top one, evil master plan. They all brainstorm and don't have really ideas. And one says, why not build another Death Star?
Und was hat der Imperator dann
And
gesagt?
what did the Emperor say?
Wieso bin ich nicht selbst
Ja.
gekommen?
Why didn't I get that idea myself?
Nice, der bildet twice, sagt das Känguru.
Was so nice, they built it twice, says the kangaroo.
Warum ist da keiner aufgestanden und hat
Why
gesagt,
didn't anyone stand up and say,
naja,
well,
aber das hat ja jetzt beim
we
ersten Mal nicht
already
100%
failed with the first one?
Mich interessiert viel
I
mehr,
don't
sagt
care
das Känguru,
much more,
niemals
says the
eine
kangaroo,
Gruppe halbwegs
how
vernunftbegabter Menschen
any group
denken
of
konnte, es sei eine
halfway
gute
intelligent
Idee,
people could
ausgerechnet
think
Günther
it
Oettinger
would
so
be a
viel
good idea
Kommissar für
to
digitale
make
Wirtschaft
Günther
und
Oettinger
Gesellschaft zu machen.
the commissar for the digital society and economy.
Da finde ich den Prozess spannend.
I want to know how the process works. How did it come to that?
Wahrscheinlich saß die
Well,
Kanzlerin mit ein paar hohen
Chancellor sat with
Bürokraten
some high
und die
bureaucrats and they brainstormed without ideas and one says, well,
Was mit Günther Oettinger?
why not Günther Oettinger?
Ja, aber was passierte dann?
But
fragt
what
das
happened
Känguru.
then, asked the
Wie ging's dann
kangaroo.
weiter?
What happened
Haben die anderen
after
dann
that? Did they laugh?
Oder hat einer gesagt, ja, das
Did
klingt
one say,
vernünftig?
well, that sounds reasonable?
Hat Merkel gesagt,
Did Merkel
das
say,
Internet ist für uns alle Neuland?
the internet is Neuland for us all?
Die haben wahrscheinlich alle gedacht,
They
mir
probably
egal,
all
Hauptsache ich
thought,
muss es nicht machen.
I don't care how, at least I don't have to do it.
Das Känguru fort.
Or,
Als Bush
said the
gesagt
kangaroo.
hat,
As
Leute,
Bush
es ist
said,
voll die gute Idee,
people, I have a great
die dafür
idea.
sorgen wird, dass sich der
that
Nahe
will
Osten in eine Oase des Friedens
Make
und der
the
Freiheit
in the Middle East into an oasis of peace. We will attack Iraq again.
It was so nice, they did it twice.
It was so nice I did it twice.
Was haben die
I said.
Imperiumsbürokraten da gesagt?
Fragt das
What
Känguru.
did the imperial bureaucrats say then? Well, they said, great idea, the risk that it would bring a horde of idiots to make their own state and behead people. It sounds really minimal.
Ich habe mal gehört, dass das Pentagon Invasionspläne für fast jedes Land der Welt in seinen Schubladen hat.
I've heard there are plans for invasion plans for almost every country in the USA.
Stand in einem Geheimdienstbericht.
It was written in a top secret letter.
Zur Invasion von Großbritannien,
Es kratzt sich an der Nase.
It's the kangaroo scratching its nose.
oder?
Was? Frage ich.
Na, dass sie ausgerechnet für Afghanistan und den Irak keinen Plan hatten.
It was kind of strange that they, for Afghanistan and Iraq, didn't have a plan.
Nun ja, sage ich.
Well, I said,
Es ist wie Benjamin gesagt hat.
it's
Wenn
like
alle
Benjamin
Nein zum
said,
Krieg sagen würde, dann gäbe es keine
if
Kriege.
everybody said no to the war, nobody would be there.
Das Techno-Mädchen? Nein, der Elefant.
Das
Which
Känguru-
Benjamin, the kangaroo asked?
schluckt sie ohne zu kauen.
The elephant, I said.
sagt es. Als Hitler beschlossen hat, Russland
Or when
anzugreifen,
Hitler made the decision to attack
Bürokraten
Russia,
hat gesagt, super Idee.
that others just say, it sounds like a great idea, doesn't see any bad side. Never went wrong in the history. They have a nice climate. And
Apropos Klima, sage ich.
apropos
Da werden
Klima,
ja
I
auch
said,
laufend dumme Entscheidungen getroffen.
there are also a lot of
Ja.
interesting decisions.
Wohl bei so einer Konferenz. Sagt
How does
einer
it
von
work
den
on the big
Demokraten,
congresses?
Lasst uns doch was gegen den Klimawandel
Like
tun.
everybody's saying, let's do something against the climate change, and
Wir könnten jetzt was gegen den Klimawandel
we
tun.
could do something
Wenn wir
now.
in 50 Jahren feststellen würden,
If
dass
in
alle
50
Wissenschaftler
years
doch
we
was
get the
getan haben
realization
und es gar keine Klimaerwärmung
that
gibt,
there is no climate
hätten wir
change,
völlig
that
ohne
we
Grund
could have,
dafür gesorgt, dass man selbst in den Städten die Luft wieder atmen kann.
then we
dass
would
die
have
Flüsse nicht
changed
mehr
like
giftig
the
sind, dass Autos weder
air
Kraftstoff noch
pollution
Schienen
and the
und dass wir
car
nicht mehr
noises.
abhängig
We
sind
would have
von
changed
Diktatoren
all
und deren
that
Ölvorkommen.
for nothing.
Da würden wir uns schön ärgern.
Wow, that would be like totally mess.
Und sagen dann die anderen,
And
stimmt, der Mann hat recht.
did the others say that, yeah, that man is right?
Besser, wir bauen noch einen Todesstern.
Would be annoying in the aftermath, so let's just build another Death Star.
Und irgendwann in den nächsten Jahren wird irgendein Gremium von
Yeah,
Imperien
and in the next
vor der
years,
Entscheidung stehen,
maybe a
sollen wir
few
jetzt diese selbstlernende,
Cranium
fehlerbeseitigende,
will stand before the decision,
überlegene künstliche Intelligenz anschalten oder lieber nicht.
will we start the general AI or not?
Jetzt haben wir es bezahlt.
And someone will say, hey, we
Jetzt
paid
schalten wir's
it,
auch an.
now we will start it.
Ja, ja. Danke. Müsst aufhören. Ich hab
Thank
keine
you.
Zeit. Ich will noch ein Lied
Let's stop.
spielen.
I don't have time. I want to play a
Schaff ich
song.
noch.
I can do it.
Noch eine Zugabe. Hey, hey.
Another encore. Yeah.
Hat nur so bedingt mit Technik zu tun. Also es kommt
Doesn't have much to do with technology. There's a device in it.
Heute Morgen fuhr ich U-Bahn, hatte kein
This morning I drove with the U-Bahn and had no ticket and had no money. Someone sat next to me and called me stupid cunt.
Erst konnte ich's gar nicht fassen, dann habe ich mich total
Could get it and I was very
hat der Typ doch nur über sein Headset telefoniert.
angry about it, but the guy just talked about his headset.
Über sein Headset
Talked about his headset, talked about headset, talked about his headset and so on.
telefoniert. Fahrscheine raus, rief er plötzlich.
Tickets out. Some evil ticket controller says her voice was very deep and her physiognomics were mean. Fuck yourself, I said, you evil disgracer. You're your man at home, put away all your money. She called police and they asked what's wrong, and I said I just talked about my headset. Called about my with my headset again. Oh yeah, said the woman, and I thought she meant me. And I said, well, I would never insult someone again. And when they went away, I called out, we should denazify you. And the ticket controller wanted to hit me, but the policeman de-escalated and said he has only called with his headset. I had a nice idea with my last anger attack. I'll just buy some cards for the journalist ball. And when people are talking about shit again, I will put on a headset again. And it's not an insult at all. I'm not insulting anyone. I'm just talking over my headset. Like you can use it for any anger management issues.
Wenn wir, wo's lohnt, intervenieren, nennt man das Demokratisieren. Das heißt ein bisschen bombardieren und was noch steht, privatisieren.
Wenn dann Konzerne expandieren, in Mobilfunk investieren, dann kann es schon passieren, dass alle über Headsets telefonieren.
This can also happen if capitalism and imperialism just get even worse, and it could just happen that everyone is talking about their headsets.
Über Headsets telefonieren, über Headsets telefonieren, über Headsets telefonieren. Jetzt alle Headsets.
And now all of you.
Headsets telefonieren, über Headsets telefonieren, über Headsets telefonieren, lauter Headsets telefonieren.
Louder.
Über Headsets telefonieren, über Headsets telefonieren, noch lauter Headsets.
Even louder.
Über Headsets telefonieren, über Headsets telefonieren, über Headsets telefonieren, noch lauter.
Even louder.
Über Headsets telefonieren, wenn ich die Borg assimilieren, werden sie dir ein Headset installieren.
If the Borg will assimilate you, they will install a headset on you.
Das habt ihr sehr schön gemacht.
You did it well.
Ganz aus, Moment.
The song is not yet over. Wait a moment.
Ich hörte von einem Kind, das
I heard from a child
schon, als es
that
aus seiner
was,
Mutter kam, an einer
when it came out from the woman, they already wore a headset.
wieder jemand nichts aus seinen Anlagen gemacht.
And now this person is working in a call center all day, and they didn't really do much with what they could have with their genetics.
Vielen Dank fürs Mitsingen. Boris the Beast.
Thank you for singing with us, Boris the Beast and Marco Kling.
Vielen Dank an das ganze Team hier.
Thank you for the whole team, for light and sound.
Danke fürs Mitsingen.
Thanks for singing.
Büchergeschichte.
And thank you for listening to QualityLand, translated